Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. Lately, I've been receiving a lot of queries regarding the internship opportunities at Microsoft. So I decided to get an intern and interview them myself. So today I have here with me Yashi, and Yashi मेरे ही college से है, and we'll know more about the entire process of her interview and resume shortlisting and everything that happened with her. But before that, Yashi, can you please give us a quick introduction?
Hey everyone, I am Yashi and I am from Sixth Anusandhan University, as she said. So, and this is a full circle moment because she's the reason I am here. Her and Raj Hota sir really guided me a lot throughout our entire interview process. And I'm a pre-final year student, like I said, and I'm very grateful to be here. And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Yashi. That is too much of tarif for me, but I'll take it anyway.
It's all genuine.
So, सबसे पहला question, tell us कि Microsoft आया कैसे college में?
I think it's again all thanks to Raj sir's efforts because he has been collaborating with the company for a long time now. He has gone to events, he has brought a lot of HR recruiters to our college, like Mohammed Fahad, for instance, the HR head who is now in Noida, I think. He came to our college last year. So I think it's all thanks to him that the company visits our campus.
Okay. So did Microsoft come for just one role or बहुत सारे role के लिए आया?
No, it came for 4 different roles, which were Acon, Associate Consultant, PJM, Project Management, Cybersecurity Researcher or Security Analyst, as you may say, and SWE. For our shortlisting, 2 roles were offered at once.
For everyone who is watching, this interview is going to revolve around internship on the role project management because Yashi is a project management intern here at Microsoft. So Yashi, let us know more about it. तो पहले ये बताओ, what were the prerequisites that was needed?
Right. So the company itself doesn't have a lot of prerequisites, but as we know that a university has a lot of students and not everybody can get a chance to be here or even to sit for the shortlisting. So I think our college has internal criteria in place, which is I think why they released the list of 150 students and nobody ever revealed the reason how they did it. But I think I asked around the faculty and they said that it depends on your CGPA, which has to remain above 8.5. Apart from that, you need to have strong co-curriculars as well. It helps if you are in competitions. Like I participated in a research symposium and it ended up like in the paper being published as a research paper. So teachers knew me. Apart from that, if you are participating in other competitions, hackathons, if your CV is strong enough and if you have a strong affinity towards the role as well, if you can show that somehow you are interested in that role and it can somehow add up in your CV, then yes, I think you can get shortlisted quite easily.
Okay, so basically कोई prerequisite company के end से नहीं होता है. You have to really work hard on the things that you're doing in college, but there is no as such prerequisite from Microsoft's end for you to be a part of the internship program. So, next question. I remember you mentioned कि 4 different roles came to the college. Can you tell us whether you were supposed to sit for all 4 of them or what was the process?
Yeah, so we were the first batch that got shortlisted. So we were offered 2 different roles, which was Acon and PJM. So now we are, and I think it's a very important thing that everybody should know, always customize your CV. So we were asked to make 2 different CVs for both the roles and we were asked to upload both of them on Microsoft Careers. Then we were given a priority form and then whichever priority we gave first, we would be sitting for that interview only.
Okay.
So we can't simultaneously sit for 2 roles, but we were given that choice. Which one do you want to go for first?
Okay. So, can you tell us more about how and what you mentioned in your resume that got you shortlisted for the project manager role?
Right. Again, coming back to your advice, she is the one who suggested that go to the job description, sort of see what's written there, try to complement it with your CV, try to show them that what they've written there, what are the requirements there, you have that passion in you. So I did the same thing that you had said, and because consultants is sort of a more technical role, so put your technical qualities there, but PJM not so much because what they want to see is that we can handle everything, we can do stakeholder management, risk management, and all of these things can be supplemented in our college life. If we see, we do projects, we do a lot of teamwork. So if it is possible, you can put that. If you have done projects, you can write that, okay, these are the qualities that I have, which I think will help me in project management. So basically, my CV had that. Plus, I had done certifications, which were from NPTEL, because nowadays people do Udemy, Coursera, which is good. But I think a lot of people are doing that. So if you want your CV to stand out, what really helps is if you show how you've applied those, or it always helps if you have a government certification, because you have to give these exams in the center. It's a legit thing. You can't like just run off of it. Okay, I've just done this for the certification's sake. So I think that would help a lot if you can show somehow that okay, I have the drive, I have the passion. And apart from that, I think doing your homework on the company as well, because I have this friend who got shortlisted just solely because he found a bug in the company's website, some other company's website, and he just wrote to them, listen, if I would have been there, this would have never happened. And he got shortlisted immediately. So the company just wants to know that you're invested in them, you'll be an asset addition to them, and I think they just wanted to know if you're capable or not. So that will stand out.
Okay, so for everyone who's watching this, make sure that you really customize your resume for the job role you're sitting for, and you can start doing that by looking at the job description. Now I have a detailed video about it. You can definitely go back to the channel and also link it in the description. But for now, we'll move ahead with the question. So Yashi, the next question to you is, can you give some tips on how to prepare for the interview? I know you must have first shortlisted, you got shortlisted, and
Yes.
after that you would have received the rounds of interview.
Yeah.
Can you tell us us period mein how you prepared for the interview?
Right. So first I panicked, and then I jumped with joy, but then I panicked again. So then I basically just pulled up Google and I quickly wrote the search, I think, previous year questions, because I think that's what helps you have an idea about what the company is asking its interviewees and what you can prepare. So first and foremost, I think all the things that you've written in your resume should be on your fingertips, because it rarely goes out of your resume. Whatever you have written, you need to know that inside out, so that you don't stumble anywhere and they don't get the idea that you maybe lied on it. So first of all of your resume should be there on your fingertips. Second thing, all your college subjects, and it doesn't matter however feeble that subject may seem. Let's say I first year we have this subject called CCT, and we think it's stupid, but I think for this role at least it's very important because it's communication. So because they asked me that okay, what are all your college subjects, and they ended up asking questions from those subjects. So I think you should also have a decent idea about your college subjects, plus coding skills and algorithm design and basic DSA concepts.
Okay.
So I prepared for those.
Okay, so can you also tell us that were there any written exam or any coding exam for this specific role?
No, this specific role had no coding exam for us whatsoever. We basically were given 2 rounds to go through. First one was technical round, and the second one was a techno managerial rounds. And both rounds were elimination rounds. After first, some students got eliminated, and after the second one, a few students got eliminated. So it worked that way.
Okay, so can you tell us more about the first round of interview, which was technical, the kind of questions,
Yes.
the way you prepared,
Yeah.
and the way you think you could have done better, everything that involved your first round?
Yeah, so this was my first ever interview, and I think you only told us that, it just comes back to you all the time. I just remember your point. So you had said that, just log in half an hour before your actual meeting time, be comfortable, look at yourself in the camera, and eventually you are panicking in the first few minutes, but after a moment a sort of calm descends over you. Okay, I've got this, you're manifesting this for yourself. So I did that. I logged in half an hour early, and then I think my interviewer came in. She was very nice, and she cracked a joke about Monday mornings and coffee. So that set the tone for the interview, because she was very comfortable, so it made me comfortable. And after that, they ask you to give an introduction, which I don't think should go beyond 1 minute, if you can cut it down to that. After that, she ended up asking me, okay, so what all subjects have you studied? And then it began. I ended up saying algorithm design, and then it was relentless. After that, it was question after question. She asked me to do 2 coding questions, and she said that it's up to you. You can share the output, or you can share the code, it doesn't matter. And that's why I'm saying that also one more thing people should keep in mind when you're answering something, know that if you have any follow-up questions, you know the answer to that. So you need to have a detailed idea about what you're saying, because you don't want to get stuck somewhere in middle, which happened to me because I wrote public static void main, and then and the output was correct, everything. She was okay, like good. But then she asked me, okay, so what does public static void main mean? And I was like, okay, fine, I've got this, public is access modifier, void is your return type, main is method. She's like, okay, what's static? And now this is second year has just ended, okay. I was on holiday, technically. So I'm thinking, okay, what is static? And then I thought for 2 minutes, and then I realized I don't know. So I was like, okay, I don't know this. So then she was like, okay, it's fine, just move on. So that's another thing. If you don't know, don't bluff. Just admit it straight up that, okay, this is something I don't know right now. I'll work on this. I'll get back to you later. बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हर आंसर पे डोंट नो बोलते जाओ, थोड़ा ट्राई भी करो आंसर करने का. सो दिस वाज वन क्वेश्चन. देन शी आस्क्ड मी बेसिक oops का concept, but again this is where project management comes in, because when I explained technically, she was like, no, explain to me as I'm a non-technical person. So she wanted metaphors for everything. So when I said that abstraction hides implementation details, she was like, layman terms. So then I had to think of an example. So I said, when you drive a car, you don't care how it's functioning on the inside, you're just driving it. So then she was happy. Okay, good enough. So that's how it went, and she gave me a few project management based questions, teamwork based questions, collaboration questions, but mostly it revolved around AD only for me. अगर थोड़ी किस्मत खराब रहेगी तो ये हो सकता है आपके साथ, because nobody else got algorithm design questions, just me. So she asked me Dijkstra's, she asked me Prim, Crucial, how you can optimize the GPS system, and time complexity, and yeah, PSA questions.
So first of all, thank you for being so raw and honest. I am so happy that she's so raw and honest about her interview experience. And the one thing that you mentioned, I think it's a deja vu moment, because I recorded a video regarding my interview process few months back, and I have said the exact same thing she mentioned, that it doesn't matter if you don't know the answer. It's really okay. You cannot know everything, but be honest about it. Don't bluff. Don't make stories. And that's what she did. And I think people see that. People don't need someone who knows everything. People know someone who's willing to learn and is ready to accept the mistake. So thank you so much for being so honest about your first round of interview, Yakshi. Now moving on, what happened once the first round of interview was done?
Yeah, so I was in my hostel room. I told my roommates, okay, listen, I have an interview. So they all prepped me up, and because it's in Bhubaneswar, so the Puri temple is very renowned there. So my friend brought this prasad for me in the morning. It was very sweet. He's like, okay, this is the tika, just go. So I gave the interview, and because then that's another thing, another advice, you will never know what your interviewer is thinking. So it's best not to get nervous, because they are completely plain faced. You will never know. She did not even say correct or right. She was like, all right, moving ahead. So I did not know anything. I had no idea. I just called my dad. I was like, listen, it's just gone and I'm happy about it. So no regrets. I've given it my all, and let's see whatever happens. So I still remember I was eating kurkure in my bed, and my shirt was all tucked out, and then Rajota sir calls and he says, yeah, so listen, your next interview is at 3. So I was like, what? And he's just hung up, because that's the kind of man that he was always on action. He has hundreds of things to do, but yet he will make you feel special. So he just called, he hung up, and I called dad. I was like, listen, the next one is a managerial round, and he is in this career for a long time. So he just guided me, okay, so if they ask this, then do this, if they ask that, do that. So that's how I prepared for my second round of interview, which was taken by my current manager, and she was very nice. I just heard her voice and I fell in love with her in that interview. So it was quite informal. It was not as brutal as the first one, because it was just a normal conversation. She just wanted to find out about my biggest failures, biggest successes, how I've handled them, and how if I face any setbacks, how we have gotten over it, and how I've worked as a team member, and how I've worked individually, and what differences it's made, and things like that.
Okay, so I know this is a very off-topic question, but just wanted the viewers to know. For me, my interview happened virtually, so everything was virtually. Was it the same for you?
Yeah. It was a virtual interview. I was connecting from my hostel room, and they might or might not switch on their camera, so you have to be prepared for both eventualities, because it's a little weird to stare into a blank screen and just see your own face and talk. So I think if you can practice that beforehand so that you don't seem caught off guard, that would be good as well. So yeah, both interviews were virtual for me as well.
And what happens when both the rounds were over?
Yeah, after the second interview, I was sort of satisfied, like, because she was a bit more transparent, and she has a lot of experience. And I asked her, okay, because she said, do you have any closing remarks? So I said, if you could give any feedback, it would be nice, because this was my first interview as well. So she was like, oh no, you've been great so far. So I think I couldn't have gotten a better praise than that for my first interview. So I was quite happy. I was like, all right, and how has been your experience? So she said that she's been here for 7 years, and she gets to work with a lot of great minds, and I think she was referring to you guys as well at that time. So I was like, okay. And she said, okay, so what do you expect from the internship? So I was like, yeah, I think we all know what the company stands for and what it's done globally, and the impact that it has. So I think I would just want to be a part of it, and just see and get to be in action while I'm there. And that's it. That's how the second interview ended, and I was pretty happy about it. So my friend and I just went out to have some momos. So that's what I did after the second interview. I was hungry.
Okay, so I believe you had only 2 rounds of interview, right?
Yes.
So please tell us more about how did you get to know that you got selected for the role?
Yeah, so I was again, college was going on, and I was sitting in my CNS class, and I get a text from Raj Hota sir saying, "Come to the dean office now." No emojis, just deadpan, full stop, and I immediately stood up in the middle of the class. I was like, "Sir, dean office," and then he was like, "Oh, fine." You know what? He was done, but because I used to run away from class so many times because sir used to come at any moment to brief us, or he would set up a meeting with you guys. So he was pretty used to it by then. So he was just like, "You know what? Just go, don't disturb me." So I went, and then I entered, and he was like, "Hey, yay, you've been selected." So then I just touched his feet, and then by then all the other selected interns had come as well. So it was like a huge Met Gala sort of environment in the dean's office, and he had brought sweets from home, and he gave them to us, and he was like, "You know what, just go give your teachers, go give it to your friends," and it was a very sweet environment. And yeah, and my roommate and I had a sort of cinematic moment as well, because she had just gotten out from class, and I just screamed, "Yay, I'm selected!" We ran, and it was sort of raining, and we hugged, and it was very happy. They all asked me for a party, so yeah, very happy.
I am totally in deja vu moment. Seriously, it's such a nice experience to finally hear someone from our college getting to the same role. So, one last question for everyone who's watching: how long is your internship period? And
Yeah.
if you want to disclose the stipend to everyone who's watching.
Yes, well, for this stipend, all I can say is that you will get to brag a lot, and it's like, and people are now already, when you say Microsoft, you don't have to say anything else. So, and I mean, whatever you might have seen in pictures online, don't do justice to what the company actually is here. You get to have good food. It is totally better than what we get in the hostel, for any hostelites that are watching the video. Apart from that, the duration is 8 weeks, and for the first few weeks it's pretty light. It's not a lot of hectic work. We will studying and everything. I am currently in my 7th week, and I can say it's definitely hectic, and I think she knows that, because she has got us online at 11:30 in the night, just working away.
Yeah, you guys are preparing to be the CEO of the company. They are literally available and presenting their screen late in midnight. I don't even know what are they guys preparing for.
Yeah, so 8 weeks, and they're lovely, amazing 8 weeks.
I am so happy to hear that. So I think I have covered almost all the questions, but if there is any question that I missed and you want to know, please drop a comment and ask. And Yashi, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. This is really a deja vu moment for, I think, both of us.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that we had the chance to talk. And I am gonna do a part 2 of this because I really want to know what the 8 weeks were about. We can do that sometime later. But for now, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.